RC Racers. This is Ruben Diaz at Coral Springs. We are starting a new series called RC Tips. Today's RC tip will be cleaning the car and replacing the bearings, and today's tips will be brought to you by Boca Bearings. They were gracious enough to send us a kit to do the X-Ray XP4. This car belongs to the track president, and myself being a team driver, he had asked me to go through the car, wash it, replace the bearings, and in the meantime also videotape it so that we can bring it to you. Okay, I'm gonna start with disassembling the car. I'm gonna take the tires off the wing, all the electronics out, so that I can wash the car thoroughly before I start replacing all the bearings. I'm not concerned about the water or the degreaser getting into the bearings because I am replacing them with Boca bearings. This car is in rough shape.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh my God.
Clean, right?
Rough shape.
I think it's pretty old. It's not a new section.
I'm thinking it's a 17. All right, right now I'm removing the servo from the chassis. As you can see, I got to clean out some of the screw heads here. I use an X-Acto blade, which works real well to clean out the sand and dirt from the screw heads so that I can get into the screws without stripping them. Something I've always done, I put the screws back in the location where they came from so that when I go to put it back together, I have the correct screw for the correct hole. Now that everything is out and ready for it to be washed, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin the drivetrain, see how free it is, which as you can see it's not very free, but we will fix that with the bearings. I'm hearing some slight noise back here in the rear gearbox. Once I get it washed, dried off, and I start to replace the bearings, I will be able to see what exactly is going on. And we're back in the trailer now. Car's been washed, everything's been pulled out, it's ready for new bearings. I'm going to start with the back and work my way to the front. There's also a few things on this car that I'm going to replace as I go along. So let's get started. All right, now I'm going to replace the rear diff bearings. On this particular car, it's very easy. Once it's out, the rear case comes off the back, and this just simply pops out. You just pull the bearings off, grab a new one. Nice and smooth. And you can just simply pop it right back into place. There we go. And those bearings are replaced. We'll use the same process in the front. Now that the back of the car is done, I will move to the center before I move to the front. I like to go from rear, center, front of the vehicle. It kind of keeps everything in line and allows me to make a natural progress so that when the vehicle is done and I'm done with the front, I'm completely finished.
much better?
Sounds better. Just
Yeah.
oh my God, it sounds better. I don't know if I have the right spur gear, otherwise I would have changed
Okay,
it.
take a picture of Ruben Diaz being giddy.
Woo!
What?
Sims just sold my crane. That means I'm getting a new one.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Ed. Okay. All right, racers. Here we have a finished car. Brand new bearings, front and rear. Chassis pretty clean. As I was doing this, I did redo some of the shocks and some of the rework some of the diffs. We will reference those in a different video. That way we can focus more on what's required for the shock rebuild and the diff rebuild. I would like to thank Boca Bearing for sending us the kit so that we could do this. I would like to thank Coral Springs for the car, for the awesome track that we get every week, and hope to see you out on the track. Car feels real good, like it has a lot of punch. Carrying a lot of speed down the straightaway. The buzzing may be coming from the motor, so we might have to do a motor repair series. That's simple enough. That's more bearings that need to be replaced. I'm sure Boca Bearing has those bearings as well. Car feels a lot better since the last time I drove it. Comes around the corner real nice.